Hi, my name is RC. I'm here for Adventures for Rent. I'm going to be doing the outside and inside orientation video for this beautiful 24 feet Fleetwood Jamboree. The really nice thing about this RV is that it's compact size and it's national park size legal for all national parks in the United States. So from the outside, on the driver's side compartments, we have the generator, and then we have the battery. There's really nothing that needs to be done with the generator for the duration of your trip. There is one safety fuse, as you can see right there. For example, should somebody inside the RV use the AC, the microwave, and also let's say a hair dryer, that will trip that fuse off. So if for any reason the generator is running and there's no power in the RV, make sure to come out and check that fuse. The next compartment up is going to be the shore power. Most RV campsites, they have plugins. So should you go to a campsite with plugins, make sure to just unplug this receptacle, pull out the cord and plug it into the receptacle at the campsite. At that point, you will have full power without running the generator. I highly recommend getting a campsite with plugins because not only will it cut down on noise and gasoline usage, but it is also cheaper than running the generator. And also some campsites will not allow you to run the generator between hours of 10 and 6 in the morning. The next opening is the fuel tank. This fuel tank fills both the generator and the motor as well for the RV. It takes gasoline and it's 87 octane. And right underneath the fill is going to be your dump station. This is the valve to dump both your black and gray water. The gray water is this one, is the smaller of the two handles. And then this is the black water. Black water is human waste. And gray water is, let's say, dishwashing water, shower water, anything that doesn't come out of the toilet. You're gonna connect the hose to this cap, and then the water is gonna come out. When you do the flushing at the end of your trip, make sure to release the number 2 first. The way to use it is just pull the handle and pull it straight out, and then when you're done, push it all the way back in, because you want all the human waste to come out first, and then you want to flush it with soapy water, which is the gray water. Now coming around to the back of the RV, there's a spare tire, and there's also a ladder as well. Please do not climb the ladder as there is nothing up there to look at. It's for maintenance purposes only, and then once in a while somebody will not be careful and they'll put their feet right through the roof of the RV. We have seen that as well. On the passenger side, we have a small storage compartment. There are some leveling blocks and then also hoses to connect the wastewater to the sewer system. And the final compartment on the outside is going to be the propane. When you're done with your trip, make sure to fill the propane up at the propane station and just have this compartment lined up so that the attendant can have access to the propane tank. All of our RVs come equipped with a motion sensing LED light. That way there's no need to turn on the night light from the inside. This is solar powered, and it'll provide you both with safety and with lighting as well. And let's step inside. Coming into the RV, you can see that it is a very, very nice layout. It's super compact, easy to drive, will save you a lot on gas mileage, but you're not losing any of the amenities for a bigger 28 to 32 feet unit. Up in the front over the cab, you still have a queen size bed, which sleeps 2 adults comfortably. I'm 6'3" and I can sleep in there without no problems whatsoever. You have a monitor that can be hooked up to a PlayStation, Xbox, or even a DVD player. And this is a dinette table. It sits 4. There's seat belts underneath the cushions, 2 on each side for a total of 4. And then you also have a swivel captain's chair. This will sit 1 person with a seatbelt. And of course the driver and passenger side seats, both seat 1 as well. This dinette table will drop down and provide extra sleeping area. And how that works is just lift the table up, pull this pole out, and then the table will swing all the way down and rest in between these two ledges. The table is going to bridge the two seats and then just push the cushions together, and then it'll become a full-size bed and additional sleeping area. If you're out with children or with small kids, it's actually really nice to just push everything together, and they'll have a very safe play area. You can put all the toys on top, and then that way it's a nice, flat, clean, soft space where they can play, and it's not so high up here where they can fall off. Coming to the back of the unit, we have a queen-size bed in the rear, and then we have a full-size kitchen sink. The microwave is operational. We have a 3-burner stove. And then underneath the towels, we have a oven as well, just in case you guys want to make some pizza or do something, make some cookies. There's a lot of storage compartments throughout for all your items for your trip, whether it be shoes or shirts or suits, whatever it may be. And for this bed in the back, there is a divider system right here. When you're ready, you can pull the divider out on the rail on top, and it gives the back bed total privacy. In the corner, we have a vanity mirror and also a sink with hot water and storage on the bottom. Coming into the restroom. The nice thing about this restroom for a 24 feet unit is that it's got separate full-size stand-up shower and also a toilet as well. Most of the RVs in this size bracket, they have a situation where the potty is in the shower, and you're literally sitting on the potty to take a shower. This one has a separate configuration, which is much nicer and roomier as well. Let's go over some of the electronics in the RV and operations. First of all, the most important thing in the RV is battery conservation. Right now, because I'm recording the video, I have all the lights on, which is very nice. However, while you're on your trip, if you're not plugged in, please only have 1 or 2 light on at the same time. The RVs, they all have a very small battery on the back, and that battery operates your generator, hot water heater, fridge, AC. So everything's run off that battery. And if the battery runs out, it becomes a very, very rough RVing experience. So just make sure to turn the lights off as soon as you don't need it. And I would only recommend using 1 light at a time. Over the stovetop is going to be your control panel. This is the most important part of your RV vacation in terms of making sure everything is operational and functioning as it should. For this RV, we have a test button, and once you push it, you see a set of lights come on. The first 2 are going to be for your wastewater tanks, 2 and 1. 2, I believe, is for black, 1 is for gray. And then you have a freshwater tank. Right now, the freshwater is empty, but when it is full, it will be all the way up in the green section above. And then this is your liquid propane. And most importantly is your battery condition. What I want you to do is every time you come into the RV or walk past this section, just kind of push it real quick, see where your battery condition is. Should your battery condition drop below 11 and the only bar you have left is the orange, you must fire the generator up as soon as possible and run it for 4 hours to bring this battery up to a 12-volt status, or else you're going to start having issues with the battery and with your fridge. And then the next button up is your water heater. Since there is the water heater, the way it works in the RV is that it's propane, and it creates a fire, and the fire boils the water. So just turn it on, 15 minutes. That's the water pump. We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to the hot water heater in a second. This water pump, because the RV is not hooked up to city water, there's no water pressure. So whenever you need to use the sink, use the potty, take a shower, just go and turn this water pump on. The light's going to come on showing you that there is water pressure. When you're done, it is super important to turn it off. That way, not only are you not wasting electricity, but there's under circumstances where the water pressure is low or there's not enough water in your tank, the water pump will run 24/7 until it either burns out or it uses up all your battery. So just be cautious and turn this off as soon as you're done and turn it on and off as you need it. The next button up is your hood light. When you turn it on, as you can see, you have additional lighting for cooking. And while you have the stove on, make sure to have the fan on as well. The fan not only removes the smell from cooking, but more importantly, it removes the carbon monoxide that's a residual of burning propane. Carbon monoxide is smellless. There's no smell to it, and also is poisonous. So it needs to be evacuated from your RV. And now we're coming down to the hot water heater and the generator section. So tucked underneath the shelf or the main table, what you'll see is a hot water button. This operates the hot water heater. Just turn it on 15 minutes before you need to use hot water to take a shower. That's the amount of time it takes for the water to boil and get up to temperature. Turn this off and on as you need it, or it will try and maintain the temperature 24/7, and it's going to burn through a lot of your propane. It takes about 15 minutes to warm your shower. And then this is your generator button. To fire up the generator, you want to hold it in the stop position for 3 seconds, and then that light's going to come on. 1, 2, 3. That gives the generator a little bit of extra fuel. It's a prime function. And then now you want to hit the rocker switch up to start and hold it until the generator starts up. And just hold on to it until it stabilizes, and then you can let go. So once the generator is running, the way you can tell that there's power to the unit is the light on the microwave is going to come on, and it's going to show you that the microwave is now connected. And also you will need to run the generator to operate the air conditioning system and also the heater as well. So do not run the heater without the AC, because the heating system is very, very power hungry, and it will drain the RV battery in less than 45 minutes. So make sure to run the generator whenever you're running the heater or have it plugged in. To operate the AC, there's a off, and then there's a high cool. And then on the other side, you have temperature control. You can go up to warm, and then you can turn it all the way down to cold. To turn on the AC, you just twist the knob all the way to the right, and then the AC will be running. And then you can select when you want the AC to turn off or at what temperature with this knob. So you can tell that there's a change in sound when it gets to a certain temperature. And then when you're done with the AC, just make sure to turn it off before you fire up the generator, because you never want the generator to lug and start up and try to power the AC at the same time. For the fridge will be on and it will be operational for your trip. There's a control panel right here, but please stay away from the buttons, and make sure to tell, if you have any small children as well, please make sure they don't push any of these buttons. The fridge will be running on propane for the duration of your trip. It is the most efficient setup, and it will maintain your food at a low temperature even when the generator is not running. Do not run the generator to power the fridge, because that is really, really expensive. The propane is the best way to power your fridge and keep your food cold. And this is the inside orientation for this Fleetwood Jamboree. Should you have any questions before, during, or after your rental, please feel free to reach out to me over phone, text, or email. I look forward to meeting each and every one of you. Cheers.